Hello once again, YouTube. Fiber Biscuit back with yet another video. Gonna do something different, gonna change it up a bit. First, I'm gonna use my iPhone for this video, see if it's a better video than my old camera that I've been using for years and years now. So if you like it better, please let me know. Then I'll continue using this. If it's worse, I can go back to the old one. In this video, I'm gonna go into some of my Kryptonite books. And Kryptonite books is a term that I've been using a couple videos now. And like the name implies, really what it means is just like Superman around Kryptonite, he gets weak in the knees. He loses his ability to fight. He loses his power. And he's more vulnerable. And when I go out to conventions and I come across some Kryptonite books, it's the same thing. I have to stop. I have to try to acquire it. I want to pick it up and add it to the collection. And oftentimes they are more of the key kind of books. But there are a few that, you know, when I come across it, I tend to pick it up, even though it's not a major key yet, but it should be. And I'll give you some examples of those as well. And of course, I'm showing right now my Amazing Spider-Man 300. These are the raw books that I have. Of course, I have a couple CGC graded copies. But you've seen those in other videos, and I don't need to pull those out of the box. And but yeah, this is absolutely probably one of my favorite books out there. And if I come across this, I do have to try to purchase it. Unfortunately, movie hype has made an expensive book even more expensive, and it's starting to get pretty pricey even for a beat-up raw copy. So I probably haven't purchased one of these in several months, which is unfortunate. I've come across some at conventions, but they want like $300 for a fine copy, and I mean that's just crazy. So, but definitely one of my Kryptonite books, and my love for Spidey is well documented. Moving on to the next one, keeping in mind that it doesn't have to be pricey, is Avengers 257. Of course, we've all seen this book before. We know all about it. First appearance of Nebula. And all that other stuff. And I started picking this up year and a half ago. Before movie hype, I believe. Then you find another one in a box and you pick it up. Great looking cover. Then you find another one in a box and you pick that one up. And then you find another one. And then the movie starts to break and they're getting harder and harder to find. And then lo and behold, you pick up another one. There's a price tag still on it. Paid $3 for it. So they're starting to get a little bit more expensive. But you pick up another one. You find another one for $3. Go to another convention, you pick up another one, and before you know it, you have 7 copies of the book, and you don't want to sell any of them. Now, I probably haven't picked up one of these for more than $5. I bought them when they were $1, $2 a piece, and you know, luckily, movie hype hit, and they started warming up. But still, you know, I never sold any of them. But still, I look for the same book when I go out to conventions, and it's getting harder and harder to find. You just don't see them anymore. Another one of my big Kryptonite books that I've been collecting for a long, long time, and I think it's starting to get its recognition, is Avengers 195. First brief appearance of Taskmaster. And again, you go to a convention, find another one, you pick it up. Go to another convention, find another one, you pick that one up. And then another convention, you pick it up. And another auction. Oh, there's Avengers in that box lot. I got to get that. And another 195. And another 195. And another 195. And then you end up with about 9 of them. And without any rhyme or reason, you have a big stack, and the only explanation is I love the book. I do like Taskmaster. I think he should be more representative in the TV and movie universe. Great villain. It's a great book, and I've been picking it up for a long, and it's starting to heat up now. It's starting to get harder to find these books. When I would go before, I would find one every once in a while. Now it's rare that I find one in a box. Now you're starting to see them in the back wall and the wall books, and they're getting pretty expensive. And then you got some more Kryptonite books. You go and you find a beat up Avengers 196. And then you get another one, so you put them in the same bag. So you put two in that bag. You're like, boy, I really like that book. It's one of my favorites. So when you go to a convention, you pick up a newsstand copy. Right there, I paid $6 for that. Really nice condition. And you pick up another one. And of course, you're out and you find another one. It's Kryptonite, so when you get around it, you pick up another one. Then you got to buy another one. Before you know it, you have 7 copies of Avengers 196. And I still look for these books all the time. It's not that I can walk up to it and pass it up if it's for a good price, which they usually were. I would just pick it up and add to the collection. And there are other books that are hard to find, like Forever People, #1. Love this book. Dark Side, of course. It's a tough book to find, but when you find it, it's still a little bit expensive, but I still have to pick it up. So you find another one. Then you find another one. And of course, you know, you end up with 4 or 5 in your collection, and even though it's a rather more expensive book, you still have to pick it up. And another one of my absolute favorite covers, New Gods #1, another Kryptonite book. When I see this cover, I have to own it. Love Kirby. So you get 2 of them. That turns into 3. Then you have a good convention, and then you get 4 and 5 because you pick up 2 of them. Go down to your local comic book store. They have one looks all pretty in Mylar, so you pick that one up, and you get your 6th copy, and it turns into Kryptonite. So now anytime I'm out and I see the New Gods, gotta pick it up. And of course, my love for Spidey is well documented. Everybody knows I love Spider-Man. And this issue, 252, no exception. I have one graded. I don't remember what the grade is offhand. 9.2, 9.4, something like that. Which I will have to upgrade. And this is just, when you come across this book, you know, you just have to try to pick it up. And you don't see this too many times out there. It's definitely a wall book now. People know about this book. Then you get your 5th one. And then your 6th one. Then you go down to your local comic book store. You get a 7th one. And anytime you see it, I just have to pick it up. Next Kryptonite book is probably another one of my all-time favorite Spideys, and that's 238. Absolutely love this cover. And there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I just picked up another one the other day at a convention for #8. Great copy. And the problem with Kryptonite books too is I don't want to sell any of these. I have these books and I can't really sell them. Again, it hurts to sell Kryptonite books. All these I got before any of the movie hype, and that's Marvel Premiere #15. Of course, first appearance of Iron Fist. And this Kryptonite book, I had several lower grade copies because it's a tough black cover to find in higher grade. And when the movie hype hit and it skyrocketed in price, it's the whole economics: buy low, sell high. I ended up selling about 4 copies. And it hurt, but I got some really good money, and I made, enough to buy some other books. But I held on to the copies that were in really nice shape. There's a third one. And finally, here's my 4th copy of Marvel Premiere. And I still look for this book, and it's getting extremely hard to find out in the wild at conventions and stuff like that. It's definitely a tough book to track down now. Another book that I've been collecting for a while and starting to heat up is Black Panther, #1. I love this cover. Love the red cover. I really haven't paid a lot for any of these books. These are all in really, really, really nice shape. Really high grade. All probably around VF or better. Then you get a 4th copy. And a 5th copy. 6th copy. And then finally you get a 7th one. And I still look for it. I go to conventions and I have to try to find the book. I'm going to end with a couple of my favorites. Last year or so, I've been really focusing on Bronze Age and Bronze Age #1s with like the Forever People, New Gods. I've been searching for those books, and this one's no different. And this one, I don't know. I feel like it's heating up, but it should get more love than it currently gets because it's a really good character, really good book. It's Nova #1. Love finding this book out in the wild. Again, getting harder and harder to get your hands on. There's 4th copy, 5th copy, 6th copy. Finally, there's a 7th copy. Again, one of my favorite books, and I still actively search for all these books, but a lot of these are getting harder and harder to find. And it's getting tougher and tougher to even try to add any to the collection. Now, I also have different books in my collection, that I have multiple copies of. These just seem to be the ones that I've been after for the longest time and I've found. Because I don't purchase off of eBay too much. I like to go out and conventions and shop and stuff like that. And I think I purchased maybe 10 or so books off of eBay in the last year or two, and those were graded books. But books like this, if I find them out there and I can get a good price, the Black Panther, I've been looking for a couple years, and you end up with a stack. And my last book to show is probably one of my favorites when I was out shopping at conventions and everything, and it's been on fire lately. And that is Miss Marvel #1. I've been looking for this book for at least a couple years. I've probably paid as little as $5 for a copy. And I think the most I ever paid was just recently. I'll show that book at the end. But over those couple of years, I just started to accumulate it, and all of a sudden, lo and behold, it starts to get hot, and you end up with all these hot books, and I know I should sell right now. Again, buy low, sell high, but I can't. I just can't let go of these books because I love them. They're Kryptonite. So I found a 4th copy. Here's a 5th copy, 6th copy, 7th copy. Then you find an 8th copy, then a 9th, and then just this last weekend, convention I went to a couple weekends ago, some guy had this on his back wall. And it's, of course, Miss Marvel #1. I walked by, I saw it, kind of walked away, started looking for more books, and I went back to it, saw it again, looked at the price, left the price on there for everybody, $75. And this is after the hype, and you know, it's tough for me to want to keep adding these books to the collection when they, like Spider-Man, it's getting up there so high, it's getting out of sight. But with this book, I saw it, talked to the guy. It's in really, 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 really high grade. Corners are really nice. Everything's beautiful on this book. And he's asking $75. I threw out a number. I said, "Will you take 50?" He said 55, and I said sold. Couldn't pass it up for $55. Not in this condition. Again, it's one of my Kryptonite books. So, with that said, that finishes the video. That shows some of my Kryptonite books, my multiple copies. It's basically a Kryptonite book is a book that when you find it, you can't pass it up. You need to buy it. It's, you know, it's dollar books. I have, you know, several copies of dollar books like Marvel Team Up and first appearances of XYZ. Of course, these books are a little bit more showy for the video, so I decided to show these. And I mean, I have 10 copies of Miss Marvel, and I'm looking for number 11, and I'm still going. So with that said, that'll wrap up the video. So here's my challenge to everybody watching in YouTube land. Dig out some of your Kryptonite books. Add them to your next video. Let's see what you got. You know, what makes you weak when you walk by it? When you see this book, say, damn, I got to have it. I want to see some of those Kryptonite books that everybody's got. And also, you know, I'd like to start making videos again, get back into the community. And if anybody out there has a question for me, please don't hesitate to ask. I will definitely try to get to questions, maybe write them down, add them into the videos. But if you have any questions for me, you know, definitely leave them in the comment section, and you know, I can respond to them there. Or if it's a good question, you know, we'll put it on video and I'll show some books and hopefully explain it. So, challenge has been issued to everybody out there. Show me some of your Kryptonite books. Show me those copies. Show me your stories of your hunting. Looking for the books that you love. And, of course, everybody loves these books. Everybody in the community. I love the comics. Everybody loves comics. And it's a wonderful thing. So, let's see it. And until the next video, Fiber Biscuit, out.